Hello. This is my Pastel Moon ASMR, and today I thought it would be fun, as it's the 1st of December, to show you my Christmas decorations. So I really love the Nutcracker. I'm a huge fan. I think it's just so magical and beautiful, and it's something that makes me feel very festive. So I decided that I would like to decorate my tree completely Nutcracker ballet themed. So over the years I have gathered quite a few ornaments and decorations, and I just thought I could show you some of those now. And I thought also, while I showed you the decorations, I could also tell you a little bit about the history of the Nutcracker ballet. So these are my first two decorations. So this is my first one. This is my Nutcracker. I really wanted my Nutcrackers to be either like a pink or a pastel shade, because my whole tree is very pastel. So I didn't want the traditional Nutcracker with the red. So I think my brother-in-law actually saw this when he was out, and he brought it back for me, which was very nice of him. Thank you, Dan. Also, this little guy, he actually works, so that's pretty cool. So this is my first decoration. So the Nutcracker was actually a fairy tale originally, and that was written in 1816. And it wasn't until many years later, in 1892, that they actually they adapted it into a ballet. So that's, I'll put the Nutcracker there. He can live there. Then this is my other Nutcracker. This guy is very pink. He's very pink. Let me just there we go. He's so pink. I love his little like lollipop. Sadly, this little guy doesn't have an actual working nut cracking mouth, but I still think he's pretty cool. So yes, it was turned into a ballet. The music was written by Tchaikovsky, and I think we all know a lot of the very famous tunes, such as the Sugar Plum Fairy and the Waltz of the Flowers. I think we're all very familiar with those. So let's put this guy here. Oh, there you go. You stay there. I think they're out of focus now. There we go. So those are my two Nutcracker decorations. So the next decorations I have, I'm just gonna put here. So the actual story of the Nutcracker is that there is a little girl called Clara, and there is her brother called Fritz, and their family are having a absolutely wonderful, spectacular Christmas party. And they do this every year. It's an annual event, and their uncle Drosselmeyer comes, and he is a extremely talented toy and clockmaker. So Uncle Drosselmeyer arrives late, and he brings wonderful gifts, wonderful exciting gifts that all move, and because he's obviously a clockmaker and he's able to use, he's just very talented. So Uncle Drosselmeyer brings the gifts, and he gives Clara a nutcracker. Now, Brother Fritz, once he has seen that the nutcracker can crack nuts like this, Brother Fritz is very, very jealous of this gift. And Brother Fritz is very mean. And what he does is he takes the nutcracker, he runs off with it, and the nutcracker sadly breaks. And Clara is very upset at this because she was immediately very, very fond of this toy. Luckily, Uncle Drosselmeyer fixes the nutcracker, and everybody leaves the party at this point, and it is time for bed. So Clara is still very worried about the nutcracker, so she can't sleep. She comes downstairs, she comes to check, is the nutcracker okay? And when she comes downstairs, she finds him, she takes the nutcracker in her arms, and she falls asleep. She falls asleep. When she wakes up to the chime of midnight, and that is when things become very, very strange. She notices that things around her start to grow very tall, and suddenly she sees a whole army of mice. So this is where my next decorations come in. Now, I like my tree to be cute and pretty, so in the story there is a 7-headed mouse king that is quite ferocious, very mean. My mouse, on the other hand, is definitely a mouse king. He's very regal. However, he does not have 7 heads, as you may notice. Just the one head, just the one very cute head. So I mean, he isn't quite like the story. However, I love him. I think he's adorable, and he will do for my mouse king for sure. So my friend actually saw this decoration when she was traveling in Paris. She was in a shop, I think, called Maison du Monde, and she sent me a picture and was like, I think you need this. And I said, I think you're right, I think I need that. And then she also saw this one, and I said, yes, I need that too. So now I have a king and a queen, and nobody looks very scary or like they run an army. However, I don't care because they're cute and I like them a lot. However, in the actual story, the 7-headed mouse king and his army are very ferocious, very so the Nutcracker attempts to fight the Mouse King and his army, and the Mouse King, his army is too good, and the Nutcracker is being beaten. So Clara is obviously very distressed to see this. I'm going to put the mice here. Clara is very distressed. So she sees that the Mouse King is taking her beloved Nutcracker away. And so she takes off her slipper and she throws it at him. I saw these at the shop, I think it's Flying Tiger, Copenhagen, and they're pink, they're pastel, they're glittery, they're cute, and they are just perfect. They are so perfect for my Nutcracker tree. So Clara throwing her slipper severely injures the seven-headed mouse king, and he flees, and the Nutcracker is left to be cared for by Clara. Just checking what happens next. Okay, yes, so at this stage the Nutcracker turns into a prince, and he then takes Clara on a journey. So they firstly go to the land of snow, where they witness a beautiful snowflake dance. Now, I should have some snowflake decorations, but I really focused mainly on the land of sweets, so I will have to get a beautiful snowflake at some point. So after they have been to the land of snow, this is where they go next to the land of sweets, and this is where they meet the sugar plum fairy. So this is what I have on my tree to represent the sugar plum fairy. Look how much she glistens. I love this. She's got beautiful wings, a pink skirt. So once they meet the sugar plum fairy in the land of sweets, they tell her all about what has happened to them and what happened with the Mouse King. And so she decides that she will reward them with a series of dances. So each of these dances represents a different kind of sweet or delicacy, and some of them are from particular countries. So the first dance is a Spanish dance, which is for the treat chocolate. There is a Chinese tea dance. There is a Russian dance for, depending on the ballet, it's either tea cakes or candy canes. There is also a waltz of the flowers, and there is also a dance involving Mama Gingerbread, and she has little gingerbread people in her skirt. So for this part, I really focused on general things for the land of sweets. So just sweets and delicious treats in general, all in beautiful pastel colours. So I would say this is the part where I have bought probably the most things, because this is the bit I think is most fun. So the first thing that I have for the land of sweets just look at how beautiful this is. I I am absolutely obsessed with this decoration. It has beautiful mint green and pastel pink macarons. They look so tasty, I just want to eat one. So this takes pride of place on my tree. Then I have this ice cream cone. Again, it's so sparkly. I think this would go perfectly in the land of sweets. So that looks absolutely stunning on the tree. This one is very fun. My friend, I think, saw this, and it is a candy floss. Again, it's glistening. It's, I think, very unique, very unusual decoration to have. Then I have this, which is a pack of donuts, which I only just bought these, so oops. There is a very beautiful, ooh, they're soft on the back. Ooh. There's this lovely lilac one with sprinkles. And there is also a pastel pink donut. So I've never had those on my tree before. It will be very fun to try those out this year. Then I have this cupcake. Beautiful. I have another ice cream that my friend bought me this year. And then I also have lots of these separate macarons, as well as the stack of macarons that I showed you earlier. Oh, I've got a dog hair on those. There's always a dog hair. This is such a pretty shade of blue. I also have that macaron in a pastel pink. So I have another one. And I also have it in, this to me looks like it would be a pistachio flavoured macaron. Pistachio. Pistachio. I also have this box of candies in a mint green and a pink. These are just little sweets. I also have a few things that I made myself out of air dry clay. So these this is a gingerbread that I made myself, and Izzy is the name of one of my nieces. So I used clay. I don't know how I got it dirty on the back. I think it was drying on some newspaper and the newspaper transferred. So I made this out of clay, and then I used a coating of a special like Mod Podge that has a sort of resin quality, and then I attached this blue ribbon. I also made two of these candy canes. Again, using the same technique. This is the other gingerbread I made. This one says Char, which is for my niece Charlotte. Be very, very careful with these because they are they're very delicate. I had a few of these break while I was trying to make them, so I have to be very careful. So a few other bits that I have are, because obviously the Nutcracker is a ballet, I have a very beautiful ballet dancer. She looks like she has one leg. This is not the case. Her other leg is just doing the pirouette. I'm not sure what move it is. It might be a pirouette. I'm not sure. So I have a ballet dancer. And I also have this ballet dress, which I think is very perfect for the Sugar Plum Fairy. I have a few miscellaneous items, like I just really liked the the way this looks. I liked the colour, and I just thought it would look really aesthetically pleasing on the tree with all the other decorations I have. I have one more ballet dancer. And a few other little bits that I just have that I thought were really cute. I have this little crochet heart. So I bought this from a craft fair, and I loved the colour, and I thought it was really beautifully made, and I like to buy things from craft fairs. I also bought from a craft fair this little stocking to hang on the tree, and sometimes I like to put candy canes sticking out of the stocking. I also have this, which I got from Paper Chase, which I like to use when I am wrapping up my presents, so I can use these stickers on the presents. So we have some to and from labels, we have a Nutcracker, we have some ballet dancers. So those are really nice to use when doing your wrapping. I also got these this year, which are some toppers. I was thinking of making some cards, but I have not got round to it yet. I haven't actually looked at these yet. I don't know how loud this is going to be. I might not open it, I'm not sure. See if I can see what's in there. I think there's another ballet dancer. And I think the last thing that I'm going to show you is this is a bigger decoration that I bought. This is to go, going to put this next to my tree, which is it's a lantern that snows. So it has a mouse, it has the Nutcracker. I'm not going to turn it on because it is very loud when you turn it on, so I'm not going to turn it on, but you get the idea. I also have, as you can probably see here, this gingerbread house, which I will probably also put next to my Christmas tree once it is decorated with all of these decorations. I do have others that I could show you, but I think they aren't quite as exciting as these ones. So thank you very much for watching, and yes, I will make another video again soon.